Hello the internet, welcome back to the internet. Today I'm filming an intro on my own because we already filmed an intro to this video like 2 weeks ago, but the audio cut out. But to kick off this video and make this intro worth something, I'm going to change out this A86 steering wheel with my 90 Classic. Matt gave me my boss kit back because he's got a boss kit for his car now, so I can put my steering wheel back on because I'm sick of this big ass bus steering wheel. I've got the horn pad off already. If you know, you know. If you do know, you know. Genuine A86 steering wheel, because it doesn't say twin cam 16 valve on there, which is pretty neat. Cool piece to have. That did come with Matt's car, which is pretty amazing because they're super rare and they're worth, I don't know. A86 parts are strange. Like, what are they worth? Who knows? Are they worth $1 million? Are they worth nothing? Depends who you ask. This is a wheel I'm taking off. Boss kit, base for my quick release. I'm a really tall MF, so I need a quick release on my boss kit so that the steering wheel clears my knees. Even with the seat all the way on the floor like this, it is still pretty difficult to fit in these cars. So I definitely need some steering wheel spacing. So in this video, we're going to be putting in an oil cooler into this car. It's one of the sort of last steps towards actually getting this car ready. All that needs really doing after having this oil cooler in is I have to put on some water lines, like plumb my water lines. I need to plumb my fuel lines in the engine bay, both pretty easy jobs. Just button a few things up and then it just needs to be wired up. I already have a tuner lined up. He's a very capable tuner. He's got a Sylvia 2JZ drag car with all sorts of concrete in it, so it goes really ridiculously fast. And that should be getting done within the month, hopefully. There's not a whole lot to it. 4AG doesn't really run on much, so should be relatively simple. I mean, as you may know, I'm not really an EFI guy historically, but it's not a particularly complicated engine to run, so it should be pretty chills. Anyway, I've got my steering wheel ready to go on. Let's make sure the horn works. It does. So nice. Pretty neat. I'll let you get into this video. Enjoy. Alright, first step of working on my car today, I got this oil cooler, gifted to us by Papa James. Dad. A86 Dad. Yeah, it's been sitting for a bit. I'm going to clean it up. I'm going to paint it satin black. And then we'll probably have a look at how we're going to mount it in the car, which is sick.
And then when we put it in, we can put oil in the motor, which is awesome. That's the one thing that's been stopping us from doing that. So
yeah, because it'll just pour out the things. Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to paint this real quick. Sick. What's happening is I decided against painting this black. I'm going to paint it same color as our wheels.
Same color.
All time.
Send it, man.
It's not that much different to the color of the comet.
Nah, but it's just going to be like
Fresh.
Yeah. And sparkly. It's such a cool color, man. Everyone wanted us to paint our wheels like pink or like some ridiculous color. And then silver sounded really boring, and then everyone saw them and they were like, hey, that's alright.
Hey, that goes alright. You can see all the flakes in the sun.
It's sick.
Just like flying around.
Oh, you can too. I don't know if you can see that in the video.
Probably stop, mate.
Cool.
Nice.
Alright, so currently, this is an awful noise. It'll probably sound even worse on camera. Currently, I'm ultrasonic cleaning some stuff. Look at it go. Oh, it hurts. My ears real bad. Sucks. Wheel cooler is painted and seems to be touch dry.
Sweet.
It looks really cool, I reckon.
It does look super cool.
I was going to paint it black, but I'm happy I decided to do this.
Yeah, nice, man, for sure.
Cool. Matches my wheels.
I wonder how many things we can like find to paint that color.
Oh, you know what else?
Paint our whole car that color.
I gotta show the homies.
Yeah.
3D printer filament.
Stock, yeah.
This is, we are gonna try printing with ABS for the first time.
So you need an enclosure if you're printing ABS. Anyone that's 3D printed would probably know that.
Yeah.
It needs way more heat.
Yeah.
But that also
like
means
the ambient temperature to be a lot higher.
It's going to be way more heat resistant if you want to use parts on your car with ABS, and it does better in sunlight, which PLA does not.
Yeah.
So just going to need an enclosure for Dylan's 3D printer.
Yeah.
and then we can send it.
And what I was thinking is for like maybe like some spark plug lead separators,
just like
make
little
them bright
accessories,
pink and like sort of some little clips to hold my wiring like in certain places.
And it's like so pink.
It's so pink.
It's so pink.
He sonically cleaned.
Oh my god, dude, they look so good.
Let's take. Whoa. Take that side. See what they.
That is sick.
They don't look heaps good, but
they look better.
They definitely look better.
Look a lot better. Yeah. And you didn't have them in for that long.
Yeah. Pretty neat, huh?
That is very cool.
It just vibrates with some sound.
Are those things expensive?
Nah, not really. How much was it said? $100.
$100. That might be worth it.
Good. You can just chuck a whole bunch of bolts and stuff in there, and they come out way cleaner than before.
Yeah, that's lit. Like if you plan a build, or you plan to do something like in a day, you could chuck these in your garage for a day.
Yeah.
We're gonna push Dylan's car up the driveway, which always sucks.
Again.
We're getting good at it though.
Matt's gonna put some film into his camera.
Yeah, so since a lot of people ask, something that we've fallen in love with recently is Kodak Ektar 100. So 100 ISO film means that we can shoot on a beautiful sunny day like this and shoot at like a low f-stop, like a 1.8 or a f2 kind of thing. Get some good depth for like up close shots. And so what I'm gonna do is run 100 in one of my cameras and 800 in another, so that then basically I don't have the benefit of what digital would be like, but it's as close as I'm gonna get without having like 4 or 5 cameras. Yeah. So I can choose whether it's low light, go to the 800, or whether it's nice and bright and sunny and put the 100 in. And I don't know if people have noticed, like recently we've had 2 distinct color images come up like on our Instagram, and some of them are quite warm and like very like summery, and that's the Portrait 800, which we both think looks beautiful. And then there's like the really deep colored stuff, like really nice blacks, really saturated reds.
Yeah, really sort of rich.
Yeah, really rich coloring, and that's the Ektar, and it actually almost looks digital. Like some people
it's got really, really low grain, the Ektar.
Exactly.
It's such a low speed film.
Exactly right, yeah. So I'm gonna try this for the first time because I shot 800 last time and Dylan shot the 100. But now we've both got a roll of both. So now we can test it out.
Yeah. Okay, so got my oil cooler. Where I want it is down in here. Let's see.
It's kind of where Seb has his on the 8.6. Yeah. It's a neat little spot.
It's where I had my last.
Something about Seb. An 8.6. Yeah. You're talking about an 8.6.
Bro, don't talk behind Seb's back. Alright, so it's where I used to have it, but this one's way way smaller and nicer, and I'm gonna actually mount it properly. So what I'm gonna do...
Was that just like 7 roasts on Seb's car?
No, on my car.
Oh, I was gonna say.
My previous car.
I was like, bro.
No, where I used to have it. No, my previous, actually it was over here. Yeah, and it was held in with a piece of all thread that I just put through a hole here.
Dude, when you test drove it the very first time and like, all of the oil cooler lines were like dragging on the ground.
Yeah.
Let's pretend that didn't happen.
Yeah. So just on the bottom here, I'm going to put a couple of riv nuts into the lower rad support there, and just a 90-degree bracket. But what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to get as proto-binky as I possibly can at this point in time with the amount of brain that I have, which is to make...
That's about as far as us making tea, I think.
So I'm just going to have to make one that it's going to tie into this hole here.
Which was already there, we didn't just drill that.
On the upper rad support. Yep. It's going to go down like that, it's going to make a 90, and then it's going to make a 90 like that. So it's going to be like, I'm going to have to make a little sort of...
So if we want to avoid any twisting of the metal, we're going to at least have to cut an L shape so that we can bend it the way we want to.
So it's going to be something like this. Everybody's going to be like, oh, I'm so nervous still using a knife.
Dude, I'm nervous.
I'm not that uncoordinated, people.
You're not that uncoordinated, you're just reckless.
That's true. So it's going to be like that, basically.
And just a little bit smaller.
Just a bit smaller. Okay, let's see.
And a bit thinner, of course.
So yeah, it's going to go off this here.
Oh, dude, that's actually mint.
And then like that.
That's actually mint. Project Binky, don't add us.
Eat your heart out.
Mint.
Sick. Dude, that's cool.
And it's in go time colour.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like a form of television. What's a form of television? Go time in colour.
In colour?
Oh shit, I didn't even realise. It's okay.
Oh, and for people who are like, where's your clamp holding on your intake pipe? The car doesn't run, bro.
the least of Dylan's issues at this point.
Also, I bought one that was the wrong size, so I had to buy another one, and now I'll have to buy a third because obviously I need two here.
Yeah,
I just didn't want to buy two of the wrong size.
That's quite a nice one. I kind of want one like that, to be honest.
It's nice.
So how funny to see someone was just like, there's no vacuum to the brake booster.
Bro,
again.
Did you notice this? I stole this little throttle bracket from Matt's car, so now it's like fully OEM. Looks so nice.
Because mine does this weird thing where it goes around there and comes up there because my bracket is like back here, so it can't really. And I think it's just not. I mean, it's not a custom throttle cable like Dylan's. So
so pretty.
But yeah, and
how nice is that? Ooh.
I did get a spring on mine as well.
Yeah,
which is sick. I just went to Bunnings and found a spring, and it feels awesome.
Yeah.
Right, so we went to Bunnings and we bought this since it's already folded. So then all we can do is cut this and then fold it in one direction for the complicated one, and simply cut it for the simple ones and put holes in it. And it's like quite thick. It's probably 2 mil.
Yeah, something like that.
Nice.
Yeah, it'll be mint.
Cool.
Just gonna do one of these on each side for the bottom.
On the bottom, yeah, and then have the
one there.
more complicated one on the top.
Yeah.
Where's your cardboard? So, yeah, so how it's gonna work is that we've basically got this already like that. So we're just gonna cut it down here and then cut off that excess square there. It's starting to look a little bit gloomy out here. It was a really nice sunny day earlier. Now it kind of looks like it's going to rain, so hopefully it doesn't, but if it does, we can film tomorrow. Thank God. But for now, we're just going to hope that we can get through it today.
So I got a little piece, and it's going to go something like this. It's going to go into that bolt there. Yeah. And I'm going to overlap, sort of up the size of this hole here. I don't know if you can see it there.
Yeah, and then
that's just going to go there.
A nut in it?
Yeah.
Neat. This actually should be
lit.
Relatively straightforward. Nice.
And then my little nut will go in there. Nice. And then my bracket will go on it. Like that.
Neat. Nice and little.
Yeah. Cool. And so I'll just drill some holes in this, put some paint on this before I do that. Then we'll get the oil cooler in situ and
do the rest.
Do the rest, yeah. Alright. Time for some nut sertage.
Nut serts are just the best, man.
Yeah, they're pretty neat.
I was waiting for a really satisfying noise or something.
Nah, it doesn't like snap off like a regular ribbon would. My second bracket here. This will tell me where my hole I have to drill in the lower rad support is going to be.
Neat. It's going to look so cool, man. I love the colour of it.
Yeah, it looks good, doesn't it?
Yeah. Alright, both of the little brackets are in, and it's actually like relatively stable already. So, we're just not going to put one on.
No, we are.
Kidding.
Get out of here.
I just want people to think we sucked.
Well, they already think that.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Much neater than it was in your last car.
Oh yeah.
I love how many people are just like, oh, I love Dylan's white car. And I'm like, but
that thing
why don't you like this? It's so much better. Oh, thanks, man.
Here's my little guy. Here's my little guy. Just goes like this.
Iteration number 3 or 4.
Yeah. Goes in like that. I'm gonna mark where the hole's gotta be in it.
Hey, this CAD stuff really works. It's funny because I didn't pick up on what Dylan said. Dylan was just like, oh, we're gonna need to like CAD a little bracket. And I was joking, being like, oh, if only someone knew how to do that. Because that's like my whole job. And then he's like, no, cardboard. And I was like, no, I can't do that. Alright, so we got the first prototype of the metal. So we're gonna see if it fits. Yeah. Likely not, I guess, because we're probably gonna need a few goes at this.
So it's a little too wide here.
Oh yeah, because we want to put it on the inside of the cooler bracket so that we get the nice neatness of the cooler, not the bracket.
And it's kind of just a touch too tall. I think maybe I just have to cut off. I'll cut off a touch there.
Yeah.
And then it also gets lower down here, so I have to cut off the corner.
Yeah, cool.
Let's quickly do that.
Dylan and I obviously have things to do because it's Mother's Day today. So we all have to kind of do things for dinner that aren't car related, believe it or not. So we'll probably have to continue this video tomorrow, but that's okay because it'll all still be in one single video. Alright, so just before we had to get out of here, It fits.
Yeah.
It's not perfect, it's not painted or anything, but it works. And is it stiff?
I mean,
It's when it's bolted up completely, yeah.
hopefully.
You meant.
Feels pretty solid in there.
And you could cut that corner off it.
Yeah, I reckon.
That'd look so much better, and it'd just kind of hide it under there.
Yeah. That's so neat.
Both of us now have to do Mother's Day things, so we will continue this video tomorrow. Cool.
Right on, right on, right on, right on. It's a brand new day.
Tall man, big tree.
Tall man things. I painted up these little brackets, cleaned them up a little bit. It's not anything spectacular, but they definitely look pretty nice.
Yeah, I think the best thing is that Dylan has cut this corner off, and because the top rad support kind of goes over about there, you can't actually see that edge.
Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be way nicer.
Down the bottom, so I painted them all the same color as the cooler, which is cool, and I've cleaned out the inside of it as well, so I can mount it up for good now, and we can get some. Oh, we'll have to get some hose.
Yeah, need hose, and we need oil.
And we need oil, so we'll go do that.
Did I just realise that you're wearing what you wore yesterday, so people won't realise that it's a different video?
I'm not actually. Yesterday I was wearing Dickies.
Yeah, not bad.
And I'm not wearing my Go Time shirt today. I'm a fancy motherfucking guy.
That's like old school, Dylan. That's like when I met you. You used to wear shirts like that.
I used to be a slick guy.
Yeah. And now you've returned.
Now I've returned.
I love that you've just got like cut pants, Air Maxes, and then like this nice shirt.
And then like my tattoos poking out the sleeve.
Get it.
I gotta flex them anytime I can, bro. What's the point? Alright, let's see if it'll go in with that. I mean, with the brackets on. That is the question. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it just does.
That was neat.
That was really easy, and they all line up. Dude, that's awesome.
Hell yeah, brother.
Exactly.
We're building a car, not just slapping together a piece of crap. We've been through this.
What, you've built a piece of crap before?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I've built a couple of pieces of crap.
I don't know if you've built a couple of pieces of crap.
I've definitely owned a piece.
Yeah, that's. I was about to say I built a piece of crap, but I think I just owned a piece of crap.
My last car I built was a piece of crap.
I just find it so funny that everyone used to think that, like, when we first started YouTubing, everyone's like, oh my god, where do you guys find such clean Corollas? My car was just a bag of shit.
My car was pretty mint.
Your white car was mint until you put it through some.
Well,
you had a couple of.
It also had been in a couple of stacks before I owned it.
Yeah, but
and it had a fair amount of rot. And mechanically it wasn't that great. But I mean, yeah, definitely it was mainly my fault.
It was nicer than mine.
Yeah, it was definitely nice.
That wouldn't be hard.
Yeah. That wasn't a bad car,
Actually, fun fact, I paid only $1,000 more for my recent car.
How funny is that?
And my first car didn't have proper chrome bumpers, it didn't have a 4AG, and it didn't have 8.6 brakes and suspension. And the paint was worse, and the interior was worse.
You got plate.
No. The guy who used to own the car I just bought got plate.
You got plate?
Dill's just doing up the last little bolt at the bottom. It's mint. It's like super mint.
How good's that?
Yeah.
The rad support flexes before the...
That's so cool. And it just looks really neat, like, from here.
Yeah, that's good.
And now, to part 2 of the video, we have a present. But do we have a present opening tool? Oh, it's already been semi-opened.
No. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
This is a remanufactured Nippon Denso alternator.
Am I the only one that thinks the brand name Nippon Denso is super cool?
That's pretty cool.
I reckon it's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I don't know why it's in a Bosch package. Maybe it was remanufactured by Bosch.
That's possible.
I guess. I have this new plug for it. So this is for an MX-73, which is an 80 amp alternator, exact same size and everything to a 4AG alternator. So
awesome, man. Seeing one in like proper silver.
yeah, it's nice
just
instead
so
of just
satisfying.
gross. So I'm just gonna put it on. What I'm trying to say is your car sucks.
This is actually just so annoying seeing like all these mint things go onto your car.
Yeah.
And I look at my engine bay and it's all just like grot.
Yeah, your car sucks. What can I say? That's the only consolation I have for my car being having not run for like 6 months now. God damn it. It's gonna be one of these ones.
It's gonna be one of those.
Yeah. There's a little like bush in here.
It's gonna need a bit of loving, I reckon.
Yeah. You gotta whack it under.
We swapped out brackets because they've got like a little bushing on the back, and it was way easier to like move the one that was off the car. So this is probably only like a mil or two different, and it still is quite snug. But it's like good snug. Yeah, mint. Oh yeah, that fits easy as. Where's the big bolt?
It should probably be a little more snug, but that's okay.
It'll be fine. No, because...
Oh, probably putting the bolt on will snug it up.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's some engineering right there.
Yeah, so...
And the nut.
When you get the nut, it pushes
The little bushing.
this bushing that way, which is what would have happened last time.
Smart guy.
Science.
CNC. Yeah, so I said before this was an 80 amp alternator, but it's actually 70 amp.
Oh, you lie.
Oh, it's like not quite.
Oh,
shit. The hole.
Oh, really? Oh, not quite. It's like definitely not.
That'll be fun.
That ought to do it. So it doesn't actually line up perfectly, but when we undo one of the bolts here on the bracket and just move it up a tiny bit, it lines up. So Dill's just going to grab a drill bit and kind of elongate that hole there a bit, and then we'll be fine.
Gonna Elon Musk that hole.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alrighty, attempt number 2.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
What?
Mint. It's gonna be mint.
You reckon? Oh yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
I didn't even like waller it. I just drilled it out to a larger hole.
Neat.
And gave it a little tiny touch of wallering.
Stonks.
So we'll just put it like that.
Cool.
I don't have a belt currently, so
I was just about to say that.
there's not much point in trying to get it anywhere
In the
official.
right spot, yeah. But at least it's in.
Yes, it is.
Can
What
you...
happened to all the sockets? Yeah, so next thing, I just have to wire it up. Here's my 2.
Dylan's got all these mad fluoro power lines.
Yeah. Anyway, so I just have to wire it to this, and then also wire it to this, and then also put a belt on it, and
Then we're in.
I got to do switch 12 volt coming from here.
Yeah.
That'll be where that supply comes from. And yeah,
That's it.
that's it.
Let's get to it.
Well, I'm not going to do it now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Alright, should we go get some oil?
Yeah, let's do that.
And get some lines?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Alright, Dylan's going to show me a trick, he reckons?
I'm going to show him a trick.
Because I just got new ignition leads and new plugs, and I'm waiting on a distributor cap to come into Repco. Also, we were saying, Quentin from More Skids, I'm assuming most of our viewers watch More Skids. He painted his intake with a mint silver paint, and because this has got like a half effort black on it, I really want to do that.
It looks heinous.
Yeah, it looks terrible. This car has a lot of half effort black. Like, my dipstick has been painted black and it's all kind of coming off. The Dizzy's been painted black, it's coming off. This has got some shitty black paint. This black paint's coming off. Like, just with standard coloured paint, this would look so much better.
Yeah. Dude, we should do like engine bay restoration.
Very
Take a
cool.
fuel rail off. Look in,
Yeah, even that's
clean up
got
all that shit on
crap
it.
all over it, yeah. Yeah,
We can make it look real nice in here, man.
definitely good.
Alright, watch this trick.
What juicy reckons?
You get one, and you shake it over all like this. And yeah, we're going to need some cutters. We're going to need some cutters to do it officially, but get them all in the way that you want them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you
Ah,
go to separate them. Pretty
that's
neat.
cool.
I think it was Mike Finnegan taught me this.
Really?
Not in person, on the internet.
No, he came over here.
Yeah.
What a nice guy. Neat.
Nice.
Neat, dude. I really like that. Yeah, that
Very
looks
good.
so much better. Alright, dope.
Back in business. We got
Just-
some hose.
Yeah, Dylan was fearful he didn't have enough, but I'm pretty sure we've got enough.
So we got some hose, some oil.
It's $25 for the oil, which is super rad.
25
So,
bucks.
Dylan got 2.
I got some hose clamps.
And also for anyone wondering, because Dylan has a small port 4AG, which I think in other countries might be what people would refer to as a red top 4AG, most commonly. It comes with an oil cooler, so doing this is actually quite easy because the inlet and the outlet are already on the motor, so one goes into the sump and one goes from a sandwich plate on the oil cooler. I mean the oil filter.
Yeah.
And so I don't have that. So if I were to do that, it would be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really easy to do it on this.
Yeah, which is quite awesome. Because obviously, you could just keep the factory one, but it just makes it so much easier to put an aftermarket one on because you've already got everything you need on the engine, which is sick.
Yeah, the factory one is super lame as well. Get a load of that.
Get a load of that. Hoses designed by Bill Gates.
Good on you, Bill.
Someone wants to do a separator for the oil lines. I think he's just obsessed.
Yeah.
It looks really good. One runs up like kind of weirdly goes into the engine mount, which is kind of strange, but it's also kind of neat because it hides the connection, which is nice. Alright, so now that we've got the oil cooler in, it's 10W40 time. And so what we're going to do is Dylan's taking the ignition leads off, and that means we can turn it over and
we'll take the spark plugs out as well so it's not compressing anything.
Yes.
And then, yeah, we'll put some oil through it, so, because it's been this is going to be
oh no,
danger pinching.
Oh nice.
We'll crank it over so it can get some oil through the whole thing. Oh.
So Dill's just hand cranking the motor, took it out of gear. Hopefully get some oil running around in it. You definitely should be priming the oil system like this before you turn it on.
Yeah, because this has never been run.
Exactly.
So yeah, the bottom end has been run, but the top end hasn't. You
should probably crank it for a good couple of minutes as well. Maybe I just want to say Dylan stopper. Yeah, I had to, when I rebuilt the SR in my old S13, I had to do this for a good few minutes until... It's actually not a bad idea, especially with SRs, because they've got the little drip feed above the cams. You kind of do that until you see the cams lube up a little bit.
Oh.
Yeah. And then you know that it's actually getting to the head.
Very nice.
Turn it on, bro.
I could actually crank it. Should I?
Pretty sick.
It's kind of scary, the thought of doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Make sure the starter works. Let's give it a go.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. No!
Yeah, I think the battery's too hot.
Okay. Problem for another day.
Yeah, that's not great. That's the end of this one.
Yeah, so we're getting closer and closer to Dylan's car actually being on the road.
Yeah,
which is super exciting.
The list of things that I need to do that aren't actually wiring and tuning the car is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. I really, at this point in time, wait, I'm just going to quickly try and run through it.
Yeah.
I just need an alternator. I mean, not an alternator, sorry.
A radiator?
I need a radiator and I need to plumb the coolant lines.
Yeah, which is not difficult.
And that's it.
And then wiring.
And then wiring.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually so exciting.
Yeah, and I need an accessory belt. And a couple little bits and bobs, like obviously I need a clamp on that and
like a hose for the intake on the brake booster and just stuff like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's no big deal.
Crazy.
Sick. And then we can drive our cars together. And it's so funny, just before when I was saying, Dill, you weren't here, I was talking to the camera.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're probably going to try and paint everything possible in that colour. And that's when I was like, my cam covers.
Yes.
Would look sick. So I reckon we're going to do that.
We'll probably do that next weekend.
Yeah, dude, that'd be lit. But for now, we're actually going to go and shoot a different video.
Yeah.
We're going to go run through our film photo setup and kind of just drive my car around, take photos of it. And kind of go through why we're taking what and like what we're taking it with and why we're taking it with certain things. And
you'll probably see that next week.
Yeah, don't know if it'll be a Wednesday upload or like a bonus.
Maybe a Friday.
Yeah, but we'll figure that out.
We'll see.
In the meantime,
thanks heaps for watching.
Thank you.
Much us, love us.